Hi, how are you doing? I hope you're well. I hope you are well. So, I wanted to talk... Be gone with you. Coming into the camera shot without asking. How dare you, microphone? I'm now talking to microphones. I really got to tackle my coffee problem. Anywho, hi, how are you? Bit of a different video today. I did a song meaning video on Dear Buffalo, the newest song, The Conversation, a couple videos back. And I've been wanting to do this one for a long time because the album's been out for almost a full year now. But the album from You Are a Soul, The Dance of Faith and Doubt, I wanted to give some clarification and meaning behind the title. By the way, You Are a Soul is an instrumental album, but I feel like even though it's an instrumental album, it doesn't mean that it still doesn't have meaning. Because there is, for me, a deep meaning in that album. It's probably one of the more personal albums for You Are a Soul that I've ever done. I mean, the last one that was that personal was Dark, which was, I think, 2017. And that was when a loved one passed away, and I made that album. This one was very personal. So let me just explain what You Are a Soul is. You Are a Soul is a post-rock band. If you don't know what post-rock is, go look it up on Wikipedia. But it's instrumental music, a lot of ambience, guitar-focused style of music, but instrumental nonetheless. And I've always loved instrumental music, and I've always tried with You Are a Soul to have unique titles to portray what I'm trying to get through with the song. Because with instrumental music, you are very limited with the song meaning behind a song when it is instrumental, because there's no lyrics, no vocals, nothing. And this album I tried to go headfirst into that mindset. The album itself was part of a project 3 years ago that I did where I wrote 5 songs a week instrumentally for 6 months. There's like 130 songs, and a bunch of these songs are from that batch. There's 13 of them, which, by the way, I'll go ahead and read them off. Of course, The Dance of Faith and Doubt is album title, track number 1. Number 2, Moth and Rust. 3, Lunar Cycle of Regret. 4, Apathetic 1230. Reactant Happiness is the next one. Theories of Outcomes, Stained Glass House, Ghost of Guilt, Monochrome Lens, Gradual Numbing, Echo of a Skeleton, Melancholic Prayer State, and Last Atom. Now, I know what you're thinking with those song titles. Good Lord, those are not happy things. You were right. So, here we go. I wanted to make an album where I was mentally and spiritually. Whether that is a good thing, good spot, or a bad spot. And I mean, music is, I've always said, the best way to express yourself. I think this is the route that I was supposed to go down to express myself where I was at the time of making the album. So the title itself, The Dance of Faith and Doubt. Let me start off with, I am a Christian. I believe in God and I have faith. But like majority of people struggle with doubt. It's not like no deconstruction thing or anything like that. I have faith in God and Jesus and all that stuff. But I'm also human, and things in life happen, and you naturally will question God. Now, of course, the outcome at the end of the album brings it all back in full circle. But The Dance of Faith and Doubt was that dance between I believe, but like little hints of doubt come in here and there, and that struggle and that dance of like going back and forth. That is what the album is about, is my faith in God going through stuff and fighting off the doubt. It's a dance. If most people would open up, who believe in God, who are Christian, they probably deal with the same thing that I do. A lot of the titles on there are very specific, like struggles or like regret. Some of the titles are very more specific of certain things that I do. I mean, most people have dealt with it, with like regret, guilt, my issue with being a black and white person, and oh boy, Monochrome Lens is about that. Melancholic Prayer State is actually my favorite on the album, and that's more about, you ever feel like you're praying for something but the prayer feels like it weighs like 10-ton elephants? That's kind of the feeling I had about that. So the first 12 songs are like mental depression, anxiety, doubt, guilt stuff that I've dealt with. I don't know why I'm holding the microphone like this, but I still have faith through it. And in my mind, I'm going to make songs about what I struggle with, because I don't want to portray myself like I've got it all together, because I don't. I need God every single day, because I'm not together. Now, the last song, Last Adam, I read online that Jesus was, like the term Last Adam was meant to represent Jesus, because Jesus came to fix what Adam messed up. And I really like that. And the last song, Last Adam, comes back full circle with like all these 12 things that I struggle with, and it all comes down to Jesus, who helps those things. So I guess it's probably like the most depressing Christian album you'll ever listen to with no lyrics. So I hope this makes sense, because in my mind, I'm a Christian, but I don't have anything together. I have dealt with anxiety, I've dealt with depression, I've dealt with OCD, I've dealt with a bunch of mental stuff that, even though I struggle with, I still run to Jesus. And I've always said, just because you're a Christian doesn't mean it's going to be all roses and daisies. Now, don't get me wrong, God's always got our back, but luckily, with the things that I do go through, I have a place to go to run to when I deal with my issues. And I know some people are probably thinking, oh, he shouldn't empty out his laundry and whatever. True, my dirty laundry emptying out on YouTube, but if there's one other person that is dealing with the same thing, dealing with doubt or anxiety or depression, and it's hard to trust in God in those moments, I want to let them know you're not alone. And I mean, if I'm the only one saying that about my own struggles, go for it. I mean, I could point out many Bibles where we're supposed to express what we struggle with, because church, community, Christians loving one another. And I'm not meaning for this to be about like a big old like devotional or preachy thing, but more so to be that it's okay to be open about your struggles, to not feel guilty about them, to talk about them. And luckily for me, I have the passion of music, and I write songs about them. Because I mean, I have told the album title to some people, and the look on people's faces was like, what does that mean? So I finally made this video to clarify, and I'm gonna try. I'm kind of all over the place, but put it in one lump sentence. It's okay to express your struggles, because one, expressing through an art form your struggles will help you, and two, talking about it might help someone else that you don't know it could help. So if you're watching this and you struggle with anxiety, depression, OCD, and doubt in God, just know that let those things be something to draw closer to Him, not to run away from Him. So I hope that helps with this album. I don't know if I'm going to do much of a personal album like this with You Are a Soul again. I might not. I don't know. But in that moment, I wanted to make an album where I was mentally, with the restrictions of no lyrics. So yeah, thank you for watching. And if it's too preachy for you, I apologize. Well, I don't think it was preachy. It's more about just, I talked about what the album was and where I was, and me talking about how much I have anxiety and depression in my past at the time when I wrote this album. I mean, that's not really preachy, but I'm just talking a bunch. I've had too much coffee. But thank you so much for watching. The album is in the description below, the link that is. And just know that whatever you struggle with, don't feel guilty about it. Instead, run to someone who can give you peace about it. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm trying to think of another funny way to leave the screen. So how should I do it this time? I don't know. What should I do? Tell me, what should I do? I don't know. Thank you, and goodbye.